If you're shopping for a Subaru, chances are you've ended up in the same spot as everyone else: Crosstrek or Outback. They're the two best-selling Subarus in North America. Both come with all-wheel drive. Both are ready for snow, dirt, dogs, and long drives into nowhere. And they both have that rugged Subaru thing going. Roof rails, grippy tires, and just enough ground clearance to make you feel outdoorsy, even if you're just pulling into Trader Joe's. But here's the truth: they might look similar in photos, but these two vehicles drive very differently. One is compact, light, and agile. The other is a full-on road trip machine with room to sprawl, haul, and tow. You can squeeze one into tight city parking spaces. The other swallows bikes, coolers, and camping gear like it's nothing. In this video, we're going hands-on with the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek and the 2023 Subaru Outback to break down exactly what makes them different and which one makes more sense for you. We'll also show clips of the older Crosstrek from 2021, the classic 2018 Outback, and the 2022 Outback Wilderness, which looks like it was factory built for a muddy Instagram shoot. Whether you're comparing trims, deciding between new V's used, or just figuring out which Subaru is less likely to fill up with trail mix and dog hair, we've got you covered. The 2024 Subaru Crosstrek is the newest generation of Subaru's smallest SUV, and right now it's their most popular. It's even outselling the Outback in recent years, thanks to its mix of affordability, trail-ready design, and compact size that fits into daily life way easier than a full-sized SUV. At its core, the Crosstrek is for people who don't want to choose between daily driving and weekend getaways. It's just as comfortable in a downtown parking garage as it is crawling up a fire road. And that's the real Crosstrek appeal. It doesn't look like much, but it'll follow bigger vehicles onto dirt without breaking a sweat. For 2024, Subaru updated the body styling with more aggressive lines, deeper cladding, and sharper headlights. It's not pretending to be a luxury SUV, it's wearing trail clothes right off the lot. And while it rides on the same platform as before, Subaru beefed up the structure for better handling and trail stability, especially on uneven ground. You still get 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which puts it toe-to-toe with bigger crossovers when the pavement ends. And AWD is standard across every trim, no add-ons or optional packages. This thing was built for sketchy roads, mountain switchbacks, and last-minute hikes up a gravel ridge. Inside, the new Crosstrek is simple but more refined than it used to be. You'll find an available 11.6-inch vertical touchscreen on higher trims, decent visibility all around, and materials that feel tough enough to handle muddy gear or a wet dog in the back. Cargo space isn't massive, but it's functional, and the low load height makes it easy to toss in a bike or a cooler without a hassle. Under the hood, base models come with a 2.0-liter engine making 152 horsepower. It's not built for speed, but it's efficient and reliable. If you want a little more punch, the Sport and Limited trims bump you up to a 2.5-liter engine with 182 HP. And that extra torque really helps when you're loaded down with gear or climbing steep grades. Compared to older Crosstreks like the 2020 or 2021 models, the new one feels tighter and more planted. The older versions were still capable, but the 2024 just feels more confident off-road. And the stronger chassis helps it stay composed on rougher trails. Overall, the Crosstrek is for people who don't want to baby their car. It's the kind of crossover you fill with dirt, stickers, dog hair, and trail dust, and it still just keeps going. For solo drivers, couples, or small families who live for early trailheads and late Sunday drives home, it's a rock-solid choice. The Crosstrek blends trail capability with everyday comfort in a way that just works. No drama, no fluff, just classic Subaru. One of the Crosstrek's biggest strengths is that it doesn't try too hard. It's not pretending to be a hardcore off-roader or a luxury SUV. It just quietly handles bad roads, bad weather, and weird weekend plans without making a big deal out of it. That's part of what makes it feel trustworthy. You don't have to think about it much. You just get in and go. And while it might be the smallest Subaru SUV, that also makes it the most approachable. If you're new to owning an SUV or just don't want to feel like you're piloting a tank, the Crosstrek hits a sweet spot. It's rugged enough to live up to the Subaru name, but not so oversized that it feels out of place on a daily commute or quick coffee run before the trailhead. If the Crosstrek is built for the trailhead, the 2023 Subaru Outback is built for the road that gets you there. And everything that comes after, it's bigger, it's wider, and it drives like a lifted wagon that's been spending weekends at REI. The Outback is the closest thing Subaru makes to a do-everything vehicle. Part family hauler, part gear hauler, part long-distance explorer. And once you sit inside, it's clear this thing was made to stretch out. Compared to the Crosstrek, the Outback rides on a longer wheelbase with noticeably more legroom and cargo space. Whether you're packing camping gear, a week's worth of groceries, or a dog that thinks it owns the back seat, the Outback has room for all of it. Rear seat comfort is a big win here too. If you've got passengers riding often or plan to sleep in the back during road trips, this is where the Outback starts to pull away. The 2023 model gets a clean, modern look with slimmer headlights, a more upright grille, and chunky plastic cladding that's, well, kind of a love it or hate it thing, but it does add to the rugged vibe. Inside, you get Subaru's largest available screen, an 11.6-inch vertical touchscreen, and the layout feels more like a touring SUV than an off-road crossover. It's a cabin that works for both daily driving and cross-country travel. Under the hood, the base Outback comes with a 2.5-liter flat 4, making 182 horsepower, the same upgraded engine found in higher trim Crosstreks. But where the Outback really opens up is with its optional turbocharged 2.4-liter engine, available on XT and Wilderness trims. It makes 260 horsepower and turns the Outback into a surprisingly quick machine, especially when merging, passing, or towing. And if off-roading is more than just a side hobby, that's where the Outback Wilderness stands out. With 9.5 inches of ground clearance, all-terrain tires, upgraded suspension, and dual-function X mode, it's the most trail-ready vehicle Subaru makes right now. Bronze accents, beefy tires, and a presence that just looks at home in the woods. If you're comparing with the 2018 Outback, it's a good way to see how far this model has come. That generation had a softer design, fewer tech options, and a more comfort-focused ride. Still capable, but not nearly as rugged or spacious as the current generation. If you're shopping used, it's a solid option. Just know the 2023 is a very different machine. In short, the Outback is what you buy when you need space, range, and real-world versatility. It's still comfortable enough for the daily grind, but throw on some crossbars, fill the back with camping gear, and you've got a trailhead base camp that'll shrug off gravel roads and snowstorms without blinking. Alright, so now that we've looked at both the Crosstrek and the Outback on their own, here's how they stack up side by side. Starting with the most obvious difference, size. The Outback is longer, wider, and roomier in almost every direction. You get more legroom in the second row, more space to stretch out up front, and a much larger cargo area behind the seats. The Crosstrek, on the other hand, is noticeably tighter, but that compact size pays off when it comes to maneuverability. It's easier to park, easier to squeeze through city traffic, and quicker to toss around on mountain switchbacks or tight trails. In terms of ride quality, the Outback feels smoother and more composed on long trips. It soaks up bumps better, especially with a full load of passengers and gear. The Crosstrek rides firmer. Not uncomfortable, just more connected to the road. It's ideal if you want something that feels planted on rough pavement or gravel roads. Ground clearance? Believe it or not, they're almost identical. Both base models come in at 8.7 inches, which is more than you'll get in a lot of traditional crossovers. But once you step up to the Outback Wilderness, you get a full 9.5 inches, along with all-terrain tires and a more advanced X-Mode system. That's where the Outback pulls ahead if you're serious about off-road adventures. When it comes to power, the Outback has the edge. Even the base 2.5-liter engine gives you more low-end torque than the Crosstrek's base 2.0. And if you go for the XT or Wilderness models, that turbocharged 2.4 gives the Outback a big bump in performance, especially at highway speeds or on steep climbs. The Crosstrek's available 2.5-liter helps, but it's still not in the same league. Fuel economy flips the advantage back. The Crosstrek is lighter and gets better MPG across the board, especially in city driving. If you're not planning to load up the back with camping gear or tow anything, that efficiency adds up, especially over a few years of ownership. Cargo capacity is another clear Outback win. Fold the rear seats down and you've got enough room to haul bikes, bins, coolers, even small furniture. The Crosstrek is fine for day trips and groceries, but you'll hit the limit fast if you're packing for multiple people or a long haul. But it's not just about numbers. The Crosstrek feels younger, more nimble, more playful, more tossable. The Outback feels grown up, smoother, more stable, and built for long miles with a full car and a roof box on top. The truth is, they're both great, just in totally different ways. The Crosstrek feels light, quick, and easy. It's the kind of car you hop into without thinking, throw a backpack in the back, and head out towards some half-marked trail you found on Reddit. It fits anywhere, takes a beating, and doesn't need to be babied. If your life is more dirt roads and coffee runs than towing trailers or packing for 4, it just makes sense. The Outback is built for bigger plans. It's steadier, smoother, and doesn't flinch when the weather turns or the gear starts piling up. If you're loading up for a road trip, hauling mountain bikes, or trying to drive deep into the woods without second guessing your ground clearance, it's the one you want. Some people want something small and nimble. Others need space and muscle. No lectures, no perfect choice. Just 2 Subarus, each ready for a different kind of chaos. Pick the one that matches your weekend.